Here's the issue, Mark. You and I are aging, and that it's hard to stop that.
Nope,
you know
it's
what I mean?
problematic.
So we can't do the things like we used to do, which is like, stay up late at the bar, then go get a burrito, and then wake up 4 hours later, and everything's fine. We need something. How about this, Mark? How about what I've been using? Terra Origin. Because adulthood, it's hitting hard. We're dealing with it. Middle-aged guys. My knees hurt. I hurt my wrist the other day. I punched a door. Shouldn't have done that. And now my wrist hurts. This is stuff that wasn't happening when I was young. So this is where Terra Origin comes in. Are you curious why I punched the door?
Yeah, I was going to say that's a different conversation, but if you've got Terra Origin, I'm sure that you're going to be able to get your way out of that mess.
Aaron Judge grounded into a double play. Anyway, Terra Origin makes science-backed, clean supplements designed to help men perform better, recover faster, and feel good every single day. They make smart, no BS supplements that actually help you feel human again, and that's why. This is the product that you need. The best part about Terra Origin, no fluff, no fads, just premium, transparent formulas you can trust. It's like upgrading your daily routine from survive to thrive. So whether you're lifting, leading, grinding, or parenting, Terra Origin helps you show up at your best. Visit TerraOrigin.com and use the code PODCAST for 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's TerraOrigin.com. Terra Origin. Feel better from the inside out.
Most security systems react after a break-in begins. That's too late. SimpliSafe is different. It's proactive. ActiveGuard Outdoor Protection uses AI-powered cameras to spot suspicious activity before criminals get inside. Live monitoring agents can see, speak to, and scare off intruders in real time, quickly calling police if needed. To get 60% off your new system, go to simplisafe.com/podcast. That's simplisafe.com/podcast for 60% off. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Oh. Sassy. You had the snake and you went
What a circus.
Heyo. Welcome to Heed the Call NFL podcast. I'm Dan Hanzus, joined by my beautiful co-host, Marc Sessler, the iconic Conor Orr, and the ingenious Justin Graver. The day after the New York Jets shook the football world, I feel like I disappointed a segment of the listeners because a lot of the tweets, I think a lot of people figured I'd be spinning out and angry and all that, and I just wasn't quite that, and it was all happening so quickly that maybe I'm still processing what the Jets did, which is obviously put a bunch of C4 into their Florham Park facility and blow it up. But yeah, I'm still, I guess part of me still trying to make sense of this new world and the level of rebirth / risk that's going along with this after a wild trade deadline. You know?
It's I think part of it is when you're covering like news that is breaking, like minutes before we do a show or as we're doing a show, like the day later, because I'm with you. I feel like I feel differently about some things the day later. But as a Jets fan, I don't know, there's a lack of trust with anything that they do. So I understand your emotions could waver to some degree.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be surprising to anyone, but I spent a majority of last night creating this little pet project based on what happened yesterday, and my opinions on what happened in Florham Park solidified in a very real and dramatic way. And it could be yesterday was an emotional day for multiple reasons, but I'm as convinced as ever that the teardown in football to this magnitude is robbery. It's a fallacy. It's not real. And it is akin to the, not to get like overly political, but akin to being like, let's just give this person $1 billion and then I'm sure he'll give you some of that. And so I created this new thing and it's called Project Whipped Cream. and you could see here. And I started writing down, because whipped cream is what I call when the national people come in and then they're just like, look at the asset management here by the GM, like how artful this is. And so I wanted to take note of it this time, because I do think that this one in particular is dangerous. It's franchise altering in a bad way. And I'm exempting the fans from this. You're not involved in this, Dan, because as a fan, you have no choice. This is like when mom says we're going to, it's like when mom says we're going to smelly grandma's house, not the cool grandma's house. You still have to go. You can't say no. Yes, you have to get in the car. But the national media now that are just getting in there and just like rubbing their mittens together and getting all cozy in there with Muji and being like, look at just how many draft picks we have. And so I took note of it all. I stayed up a little bit late. And so over the course of the year, I'm just going to write that down. Just going to keep note of it. Okay. Just going to, because I think
you're tracking the people that are like handing out A+ trade grades to the Jets and all that to see where we're at in a couple of years, basically.
And the just to me, the almost miraculous heel turn of like, maybe these guys weren't as good, or like, and just kind of it's almost exactly right. The like Soviet level misinformation coming out of Cleveland about Baker Mayfield, like at the time that he was immature and that he sucks and that he's not that good and Deshaun Watson is somehow better. It's totally the same thing. It's just smoke and mirrors. And
Am I about to defend the Jets? Because the Browns, they absolutely slandered Baker out the door. The Jets have done nothing with either of these players, as far as I understand so far.
I don't think it's a slander. I think what it is like when you're seeing intelligent football minds come out and be like, well, was Quinnen Williams that good? I don't think it's coming from them.
Okay.
So,
I mean, you called him a top 5 talent yesterday. I'm just going to say this, and I was on Quinnen Williams a couple of weeks back when I was like, they have all these big name guys and where are the big plays? You called him a top 5 talent at his position. This guy, I mean, he's a guy that has 1 sack this year. I know he's a great run stuffer, but he's 28 years old. And where the Jets are right now, to be able to flip Quinnen Williams when this is a 2 to 3 year rebuild plan and get a first round and a second round pick and the lotto ticket with Smith, like that was a really good trade. I'll defend the Jets. I think that was, and apparently Quinnen wanted out as well. He had been talking to the organization that he was sick of losing, and he's been here since 2019. God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of your career,
have
Quinnen.
Fun in Dallas.
I know. The Sauce one, that's the one that's going to be fascinating to track because he could legitimately become a Hall of Famer in Indy. And I was on Joe and Connor's Badlands podcast last night, and he said you could book it. He's going to have 2 interceptions probably in his first Colts game. He'll have more interceptions in his first game with the Colts than he had with the Jets. But at the same time, you gotta, it's one of those trades you got to let it play out. But I understand your frustration because people just assume. I think this is what you're getting at, Connor, like the whipped cream principle here, that just because you get these draft picks back, we should be throwing parades for these teams. But like the reason this has even gotten here in the first place is because you don't know how to run your team. So it's like, how can we trust this team to figure this out?
They got value for both of these trades. I mean, this is a terrible football team, and you're going to lose these players in a couple of years anyways. I understand you extended Sauce before the season, but I don't hate this because the only thing, the beeline for the Jets and bad teams is no quarterback. It's the same old song and dance. And like, get the draft capital and get the right quarterback. It sounds too simple, but it's like they've done that.
Can I just share one of my biggest concerns, and it's in line with the whipped cream? What is it, the whipped cream project, Connor?
This is Project Whipped Cream, but then
Project Whipped Cream. Sorry, I want to get it right.
Is the whipped cream principle? Yeah,
got it. Gotcha. It's who's calling the shots. Muji is a complete unknown, and Aaron Glenn is a figure of suspicion. Here's Glenn to the media today after the trade.
Nothing different than I've been saying. Listen, I want this to be a team that the fans are proud of, but again, I never said that we're going to be proud of them right now. At some point, I want this to be a team that the fans are proud of, and I still stick with that. And I will still say that.
You know who said that to me? My buddy, our friend, Michael Sean Dugar, Michael Sean Dugar, who we have to get Mike on the show, who was a regular with our previews last year. He covers the Seahawks for The Athletic and a Sam Darnold hater, and Sam Darnold's like an MVP candidate. So we should check it with Mike. But Mike always, he really enjoyed the Jets' misery of it all. So he sent me that, and he said he can't stop laughing. I worry about Aaron Glenn, okay? I worry about him. I still do, and I worry about him even more now that they have this much power with this much on the line coming up this spring.
Because to Conor, to your point, like, how do you get to the offseason after next season where, in theory, that's when these people are picking this quarterback? In the NFL, that journey from now until the end of next offseason or next season is so long and torturous. Like, how does Aaron Glenn survive that to even pick this quarterback?
You could do it twice, by the way. That's another thing we didn't talk about. Like, oh, do you pick the quarterback this year or next year? You could do it both years. You could do it the first year and see if you hit on somebody. And if you're not feeling great, do it again. Because to your point, Mark, all that matters is getting this quarterback, finding a quarterback, which they occasionally have found a quarterback and then didn't know how to use him. See Darnold, Sam. But anyway, and I shout out to some of the listeners were concerned about me. Like I said, they thought a meltdown was coming. Some thought that my behavior during the live stream. And by the way, shout out to our audience. We had close to 2,000 people in the live stream at one point, which is freaking awesome. So thank you for your support of this humble independent podcast. There was, can you fly up that one tweet from our friend?
They were concerned about your behavior, you're saying?
Yeah, it says, this is from JL. I'm legitimately hurt for Dan. I was watching today's Heed the Call Pod trade deadline reaction video on YouTube, and every few minutes I just catch Dan staring into oblivion. The only word for it, honestly, is shell shock. I've been deployed to Iraq twice, and I've seen soldiers with less of a concerning glossed over glare than what the New York Jets have done to Dan Hanzus. So then I asked Justin, can you pull some video? Because I didn't feel like I was shell-shocked yesterday, but a lot happened yesterday, and I don't remember much of it. Let's check this out.
So they're multi-layered, so stop me from rambling when it gets too mundane. But
check it out on
You're
YouTube.
drifting a little there.
Around the 2027.
Okay, I do look a little bit disturbed. I would, on the disturbed scale, it's a 6.5 out of 10, maybe. I'll grant it. It was a heavy day for the franchise and the fan base.
In fairness to you, I was talking, so I would have tuned me out too. But
all right,
Conor in that hat too. I mean, I can't stop thinking about the fashion choices Conor made during our live show.
Have you noticed very quietly, Mark, after having a very combative relationship with our overseas listeners, Conor is slowly but surely building up something of a quiet bond, and he's doing it through soccer kits, and he's doing it through like little newsboy caps, and all these little signifiers. He's probably going to drink a super warm beer on the show next. Like he's all these British and United Kingdom and European signifiers, and he's building up that trust with the audience.
It's a great move because we've been we've been warming up to them for a decade, and so we're boring now. We've been there, and we kind of like we get it. But Conor went villain, and I'm going Japanese, like he's going UK. He did a great job here. He's gone like he's kind of cat and mouse. It's like we don't know what to do with this guy, but we love him now because he's in our corner. And so
it's like when Tony's driving with Silvio in Sopranos, and he's trying to give Silvio a pep talk. He's like, what do you have to complain about? You got a piece of ass wife. Well, she was a piece of ass when you married her. And you got the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's you and I, Mark. We're
fluffers.
Yeah. We're just, at this point, we don't have the same appeal, but there's Conor, and I see what Conor's doing and I like it. So good job, buddy.
That wasn't intentional, but I will say that the newsboy cap, if any of you have ever been a bald before, when the fall turns, you need more than a standard ball cap. And that's just where I'm at right now as a person.
A bald.
All right. We got something fun today. We're on a run. This has only happened a few times in the show's history. But we're going to end up doing 5 shows in 5 days. When you put it all together. So we're working hard for you guys. We hope you're enjoying the show. Today we're going to revisit, Justin, help me out with this one. I believe it was the August 14th edition of Heed the Call. Is that correct?
That is correct.
We pulled the over-unders, wins over-unders for all 32 teams, and we held a draft. Sheck was on the show with us. And and we held a draft. We had an order, and everybody picked the team, picked the over-under. So now as we head to the second half of the NFL season, we're going to revisit this draft. We're going to talk about what we got right, what we got wrong. And then at the end, maybe we'll mix things up as we look to gamify this and maybe enrage Conor. That's always a goal. If I can throw in a rule change to get Conor fired up, it's all one can ask in terms of joy at this stage of life. Rule change. With that said, let's go pick by pick. And I don't know about you guys. Like I have there's one team I know I remember because August 14th in regular like person time is not very long. Like it's almost 3 months, but like in like husband, dad, career, all this other stuff swirling all times, dealing with Justin in the comments, popping up his own comments during live streams. Like it creates such a cloud of anxiety, panic, elation, that it tends to obliterate everything. Like I hardly remember what we talk about on a show by that night. Mark, I know you could relate to that.
Yes, I think it's a fog of war scenario.
Exactly.
Justin is an element, but yes, August to me is previous to World War I to the normal individual. So I'm with you.
So this is what I asked you to do. And Justin, I want you to jump in on this segment. You're going to kind of step into Sheck's shoes. Good luck. And by the way, Sheck's going to be with us in 2 weeks when we bring back our Thanksgiving feast of the NFL, when we figure out our Thanksgiving table. And that's going to be fun. But in this case, Justin, you're going to step in for Sheck. We'll go through each pick. And I don't know, do you guys remember the teams you picked? Maybe you guys did. I don't remember what I did. So this is going to be kind of fun as we go pick by pick. And I got a feeling we might be regretting some of the decisions we made. And maybe, just maybe, we could rectify that. So let's start. Let's start with the first pick. Justin, who had the first overall pick in the over-under draft in August?
Conor had the first pick.
How about that, Connie? Just for fun, what do you think you would have guessed, Conor, if you had the first choice in middle August? I'm thinking Russell Wilson might have been.
No, I actually, it's miraculous that I remember this because I kind of failed the memory test on the husband front like 5 minutes ago on something way more important right before I came down here. But I believe I took the over on the 49ers. I think I was very, very excited about the 49ers.
All right, Justin, is that correct?
That is correct. 10 and a half wins is the number, and that is right. Yeah.
10 and a half wins on the Niners. You were bullish. A lot of people were bullish when you looked at the Niners as a bounce back candidate and a soft schedule from our perspective back then. And right now they are 6-3. So you got to get to 11.
Yes.
Okay. So you would sign off on 6-3 at this point. And in general, you have to, you would have to say if you're a Niners fan or you're someone like Conor or you're someone like Justin who actually does gamble away his earnings.
I do have money on the Niners over.
Yeah. Like you have to be very, very happy for them to win 6 of 9, considering all the obstacles that they've faced so far.
And look at what's left, right? I mean, they have the big Rams game this weekend, and let's say that they lose that one and split with the Rams, and they're 6-4. Then we have the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Browns, and the Titans coming up here. So I feel pretty good about that.
All right. So let's now move to the second pick. Who had the second pick?
Second pick was Dane Hanzus.
Okay. I'm a little nervous about this one because... yeah, I'll just say I'm not even going to guess what it is. What did I pick?
Broncos over 9.5. You're almost there.
Oh my God, they were only 9.5?
I knew that was the one. I knew that I took. I knew that I took the Broncos. I wasn't sure if I took it with the first pick, so I was bullish, obviously, on the Broncos. And the Broncos are sitting at 7-2, baby. So their season, while not like a feast of the eyes at times, I will say this. They've had some ugly wins this past week in Houston. That Jet game come to mind as two options, but they won both those games. And if you really want to get crazy, if you look at their two losses, they lost 29-28 to the Colts on that crazy play where the Colts got the second chance at the game-ending field goal and piped it, right? And then they lost 23-20 to the Colts the following week. To the Chargers. That was also a field goal at the gun. They're 7-2, and both their losses were on field goals on the final play of the game. So it's been a very successful season for Sean Payton. The only real danger I feel like for Payton right now, Mark, is Conor dropping that bombshell about the head coach once we get to 30,000 subs.
Right. We don't know what that bombshell is. We've got a bit of a Woodward and Bernstein type figure here on the show. It could be disruptive beyond Sean Payton's personal life or life. It could be disruptive to the league. So, TBD.
Right. It could be like Chauncey Billups type shit. We don't know. We don't know. All right. So I love that first pick. Okay. Who's next?
Next pick was Shaq. He took the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Was I even on this show in August? What's going on here?
Well, logical deduction would hint that you would have been the fourth pick there.
Well, we'll see.
But in fairness, I don't remember if Mark was on the show either, so that's a little Easter egg now to find out as well. Shaq took the Steelers stunner, and I'm going to guess it was the over. What was it?
8.5 wins, I guess.
He's good.
For the currently 5-3 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Probably okay. That was a big win over the Colts. Let's be real. Things feel a lot different if they don't find a way to play their best game of the year against Indy. I would feel like, and knowing their track record.
If he's not okay,
they always
that's
get to
a
9.
spaceship crashing into Earth. They just need to win 3 more games. There's 18 more weeks to the season. So
No, they need to win 4 more games, right?
Correct.
Well, sure, but there's a long way to go.
Mark,
And I think
come on, Mark. We need to get the data points right here. It's 8.5. They need a winning
they're
record.
5-3, and hold on, I'm going to take a look at you're inside a division with the Bengals and Browns. First of all, you got a bunch of division games coming up. They're going to do this.
They already got beat by the Bengals once, by the way.
Not next time.
All right, they're at Los Angeles Chargers. They're home against the Bengals. They're at Chicago. They're home against the Bills. They're at Baltimore. Home against the Dolphins. They're at Detroit, and then at Cleveland, and then home Baltimore. They're probably going to get to 9, but you're positioning it, Mark, as a slam dunk. We'll see. I think they'll probably get to 9.
It's like Justin slam dunking. It might happen.
No, that would mean it almost happens, but doesn't happen. Or it happens, but only nobody sees it. It's just oh yeah, the Steelers won 9 games. Okay, where's the standings? I can't show you that. But it happened. That doesn't count. We need to actually see it. This is a perfect spot, Justin, for you to insert the B-roll of your dunk attempts.
My least favorite B-roll.
All right. So far so good.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. That brings us. Is Mark on the show?
Mark had the next pick.
What do you know, Mark? Do you want to take a guess where you were in August, where you would have been with your first pick?
I'm with you. I don't recall, which is disturbing to myself. But I would say Eagles. I would have gone over on Eagles. How about that?
Well, without revealing too much, no, that is not. That was
right,
not your pick. Your first pick was Falcons. The currently 3-5
with Sessler. It's got to be the over.
Falcons over 7.5.
Of course. Oh. Sessler never learns, man. The Falcons, bro. They're gonna bang you, bro. They're gonna bang you
for the 4th year in a row. And I'm looking at their schedule, and I don't think there's an easy path. I acknowledge that it was faulty.
And I don't want to dwell on it, Mark, but it is part of the history and the lore. The last time we did this, you were the only person to go winless. So you are kind of sitting on a historic streak right now that we need to break. And this isn't a great start, but here's again the good news. First of all, Falcons get hot. They could get hot. Second of all, at the end of this conversation, you might have an out. That's all I'll say.
Okay. You have my attention.
I do find
that for some reason at these contests, like a 2 or 3 year old child that barely understands the language, or the syntax of America could do better than I do. So it's a little concerning from a career angle. Like, I'll leave it there.
Don't beat yourself up about it. This is very difficult. We were all prisoners of the moment back in mid-August, and Atlanta's riding a 3-game losing streak, and they get, I would imagine, a fairly pissed off Colts team coming up in Germany that all of a sudden now has Sauce Gardner in the secondary. All right, so good luck with that, buddy. Then you get the Panthers, the upstart Panthers. I mean, there is a very Falcons reality, and it would be very Falcons that they're 3-7 2 weeks from now. So good luck. What do you got to get to? 8?
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
got 2 games against
I
the
don't
Saints,
trust them.
Jets, Cardinals.
Ooh, that's 3. Okay,
There's a
you have 3
possibility.
potential layups that get you to 6. If you beat the Saints twice and the Jets, and then you just got to find 2 more wins then. So it's not out of. You just got to control what you can control and then steal a couple. Good luck, Mark.
Thank you. I have no control over it at all, which is the great device here.
That's life, man. All right, it snakes back to Mark, I would assume.
Yep.
All right.
Any
buddy.
idea where you would have gone with this second pick, Mark?
Well, I think I would say Eagles again. Did I still not go down that
No.
road?
No, you took the New York Jets over 5.5.
Oh. I remember that.
Sassy.
Oh, I remember
You had
that.
the snake and you went Falcons, Jets?
What a circus. I think I did that for the show, right? For entertainment value. But
I mean, we do
that is
everything for the show. I mean, I remember you picking the Jets to make the playoffs in our predictions as well. So this all connects. And in fairness, I picked Aaron Glenn Coach of the Year. So none of us were innocent. I know I didn't pick the Jets in this exercise either way, I'm pretty sure. But 5.5, especially after the fire sale, they're at 1-7. This one is pretty much cooked.
Absolutely. This is embarrassing.
Don't lose faith. You have 2 more picks. What is it, 3 picks or 4 did we make?
It was 4 picks total, yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 more picks to come, Mark, and also a little chance at redemption.
Okay.
All right, which takes us back to Sheck/Justin.
Yes, and he took the Titans over 5.5 wins, which is about as likely as the Jets
We got to delete this damn show. We got to get this off the archive.
Right.
Started hot with 3 good picks, and the last 3 have just been abysmal.
All right, so the Titans over. I wonder what was his reasoning? Do you remember?
Yeah, he talked about, the rookie quarterback coming in and jump-starting the team, and that Will Levis was such a disaster with the late-game turnovers. What he wasn't forecasting was that Brian Callahan would go on to prove himself as the worst coach of the decade.
And you were on that, Justin. You were on that in the summer. You had very bleak feelings about the head coach, and he was done by week 6 or whatever, so.
Yeah, pretty sad.
All right, and they are, of course, a league worst 1-8, and I don't even need to tell you the rest of the schedule because that team it's very unlikely they get to 6 wins. But home Texans, home Seahawks, home Jaguars. They have 3 straight home games. To have any chance, you got to take 2 or 3 on this homestand, essentially.
And they'll probably get blown out on all of those. So
yeah, I can't.
Especially
There's no way
the
to spin
Seahawks.
this one, buddy.
Thank goodness. They also play
There's no way
the
to spin
Niners
this
and the
one.
Chiefs. Ooh, baby.
It's going to be after the trade deadline with the Jets. I feel like Tennessee and New York, our teams are really, and throwing the Saints. I think 2-15. Someone's going to finish 2-15 and get that number 1 overall pick, and this is one of those teams.
Yeah,
As is the Jets.
And the Jets and the
2
Saints
picks here.
play each other week 16, and the Titans and the Saints play each other week 17. So those 2
There you
weeks are
go.
going to determine who gets.
What
the
do you
top
see?
pick.
Some sort of hot win streak for the Browns? Why are they not part of this conversation?
They're not as bad. They're not as bad. I'm not trying to minimize Brown fan pain, but
Okay.
they have a really good defense and, as you've said, a promising draft class. I mean, I'm saying what you said. You want to be in this conversation? Do you really want to be in this conversation, Mark?
I just think that we kind of forget that the Browns are an awful watch, and they're
Mark, we've been doing this for 15 years together. I have not
They're a
forgotten
disease. So,
well, maybe you took them in the second half of this. All right, that takes it back to Zuzzer. I'm a little nervous about my next pick. That's all I'm going to say, because I know there is one team that's having a great season that I was pretty vocal down about. Is this that team?
Why don't you take the guess, Dan?
All right, I'm going to say I took the under on the Indianapolis Colts.
Ding, ding, ding. Under 7.5 wins. They only need one more.
Hey, man, I got this one wrong. I'm not alone, but that doesn't matter. Like, I other than Conor, I don't remember many people in the national media saying the Colts were going to be by far the best team in the AFC South. I didn't have any faith in Daniel Jones. And maybe Daniel Jones that showed up in week 9 is the one that shows up for the rest of the season, and it becomes a major storyline. I cash out on this under, and the Jets end up getting a better draft pick. All these things could happen, but they won't. This is probably an 11-win team, I would guess, 11-win team. And it's under 7.5?
Yeah, and I had money on this as well, so yeah.
Well, you had money on every... How many tickets did you have? I think this was the show where Conor really got after you about your gambling problem.
I think you're right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Justin, how much did you put on the Colts to finish with less than 7 wins?
Same as all my bets, $10.
Okay. So
You're planning
1/3.
a wedding, so we need to.
It's financial death by 1,000 bets.
It really
but
is.
the thing is,
Yeah.
like, the Broncos are going to win me that $10 back because I also bet on their over. So we're all good.
That's what they all say, dude.
No.
I got this. As long as I got this, and then that cancels out that, and then something happens, and all of a sudden you're double down. You know what I mean? Like, and then you double down to beat that double down, and away we go. All of a sudden we're getting our kneecaps shattered in the middle of a cornfield. Like, this is this is
the
not
inner
the way to
monologue
go.
of the gambler.
The thing is, if you have an infinite bankroll, you can always double down on a loss until you win, and then you get it all back. So
You have an infinite bankroll.
if you had the logic tracks,
Don't
the
you know
reality-
that the mortgage is all paid off at the lake house? We are very liquid in North Texas. Don't you understand? We don't worry about things like money. That's for the regular folk. Here at the lake house, we find parlor games a fun way to pass the time on a wonderful Sunday afternoon. To the jet skis.
My dad sold the jet skis, actually. Sad.
To pay off your gambling debt.
I was going to say probably to bail your ass out.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's what it was.
All right, I ate shit on the Colts. That's all right. Congratulations to Colts fans. You also have my best player now. So cool. Cool for you. Not cool for me. I will say that the steakhouse there is overrated.
Okay. All right.
St. Elmo's?
St. Elmo.
Okay.
I don't feel like you felt that way 9 years ago, but then you felt that way.
But then
like
they
4
traded
years
for
ago.
Sauce Gardner. Okay. And then they banged me on the under. So now I'm against St. Elmo. That's my way of hitting out.
I mean, that's just a ridiculous thing to do. We've had so much fun there. I feel like I introduced you to so much of the golden underbelly of Indianapolis, and to just throw a rock at a window because you're upset is
that's fair.
I just feel like that's hurtful.
Do you remember my slogan?
It's not
My
about
St.
the
Elmo
meat,
slogan? Because some
it's
people
about
were
the
bad
meat.
mouthing.
Yeah. It's about the meat. It's not about the meat.
Right.
Yeah. What just a magical experience. And we don't have to get into it, but just the white tablecloths and the guy that has the little brush and he brushes it away and he tells you exactly how to order it and you get the soup and the straight. Oh my God.
The shrimp cocktail? Come on.
Yeah,
Shrimp cocktail
don't be doing
pretty
that, Dan. You don't want to be that guy. Not
The tomato
late.
juices in the little glass.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good memories there. I remember Sessler drinking. We would all be eating and Mark wouldn't be eating. But then he did take the challenge of drinking the cocktail sauce straight from the dip, which was amazing because it's a fiery cocktail sauce. And so if you've ever been wondering, like, so how does Mark, maybe a little sign of alien activity, like how does Mark stay alive without eating? And when he threw down the cocktail sauce by itself on a dare and showed no effect, maybe a little bit of like classic alien digestion system there.
It's I think also it's a bit of a myth that I don't eat. I did eat something there, but it wasn't what you guys are all like having your rituals. You're doing your rituals and your things, and like I ate like something separate. I think it was like a Caesar salad or something I ate, and bread and the sauce
and cocktail sauce, and many drinks, which we've all had there. The last time I remember us there, it was God rest his soul. Chris Wessling was with us. God rest her soul. Tara Deeker was with us.
Yep.
And we were down in the basement area, and everybody, like multiple people, were so shit hammered that we had to get out of there. I remember.
Well, Ricky, Hollywood, and Wes especially went off the rails in a very beautiful way.
Yes. All right, we miss our friends. All right, let's move to the next pick. So I got banged on the Colts, and now we come back to Connor, and let's see how Connor did with his second pick. We're on a bit of a losing streak, let's be real right now, so let's see if Connor can stop that.
Any thoughts on where you would have gone?
Let's just roll it out.
Yeah,
let's just roll it out.
Mm-hmm. You took the New Orleans Saints, 5.5 wins under, baby.
Nice. Very good.
Let's go, baby!
Well done.
I'm collectively rooting for everyone because it's not going to reflect well on us if we all like shit the bed. So that's very nice. Connor in great position there. I feel like that is 5.5. That's a mortal lock.
Yeah.
An absolute mortal lock. All right. Let's take a break. When we get back, the rest of the draft.
All right, you know that feeling when you open your phone bill, yes, and think, how is this even possible? I've been there. That's why I finally switched to Mint Mobile, and now I'm wondering why I didn't do it a lot sooner. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no, Dan.
Absolutely, Mark. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. I said yes to premium wireless for just $15 a month, and it's been awesome. Mint Mobile gives you high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You could bring your own phone, keep your number, and move over your contacts. It's quick, it's easy, it's painless.
It's here's the thing. Like, I got my Mint Mobile wireless service in comparison to the old provider I had, and it was so much better. The savings are better. It's just like, what was I doing for the past number of years? And honestly, the service has been every bit as strong as my old provider, just without the bloated price tag. I'm saving real money every month, and I don't feel like I'm missing a thing.
I've picked that up. I feel like you've been a better person, Mark, since your mobile plan changed. So
it translates.
Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/heed the call. That's mintmobile.com/heed the call.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, Mark, Bob's Discount Furniture. This is a product that I love because I don't like to leave my home at this stage of my life. I like to be hunkered down, batten down the hatches, and just cozy up, especially this time of year. So this is the place for me to get everything I need to never have to see anyone else.
I'm with you. And, you know, at Bob's Discount Furniture, let's be real, you can get high quality furniture in the latest styles for a fraction of what you'd pay at other furniture stores. They've got power reclining sofas, love it, with all the bells and whistles, hidden cup holders, we need that, right? Bluetooth speakers, even lights that sync with your music. One thing that I love is that they do bundles. So you can bundle a sofa and a love seat, or bundle a 4-piece bedroom set and save even more money. It's called Bundle and Save at Bob's, Dan.
For sure, Mark. And I feel like people sleep on Bob's because they hear discount and they think it's cheap furniture. But no, I can attest. I have these 2 beautiful chairs, these outdoor chairs that me and my wife just sit on, and we say, this is as far as we're going to get to off our property right now. And we just have a nice glass of wine together. We enjoy it, and it's firm, and it is not going anywhere. We know we're going to have this chairs forever. Bob's buys directly from the manufacturers, so you can save all that cash. They don't do sales. It's everyday low prices all year long, so you always know what you're going to get. See how much you can save in store or at mybobs.com. All right, we're back. So, Connor, you are on fire. Let me get these written down. So, Connor has Saints under 5.5. What was your first pick again? Sorry.
My first one was 49ers. 49ers, yeah.
49ers over 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
That one's still a little dicey to me. Dan was, I had the Broncos over 8.5 or 9.5?
9.5.
9.5, and Colts under 7.5.
Yep.
Okay, and then Sheck/Gravy was
Steelers over 8.5. Titans over 5.5.
okay, and then both overs, and then Mark was
I had ingloriously had the Falcons and Jets as back-to-back picks. So.
both on the overs.
7.5 and over 5.5.
That reminds me, actually, I think Mark went all overs. Now I just had a little like flashback premonition. Okay, so that takes us back to Connor for the second half of the over/under draft. What did he go with now?
Dallas Cowboys 7.5 wins.
He definitely took the under. He hates the Cowboys.
Over.
Oh, interesting.
Possible.
I'm really surprised by that, Connor, because you're in general pretty down on quote unquote America's team. How you feeling about that one?
Okay, so we're at 3 wins. We just got Quinnen Williams, and let's see what we have. We have another Giants game on the schedule. We have the Commanders, so that'll get us to 5.
Here, I'll give you the schedule. At
Yep.
Raiders, home Philly, home KC, at Detroit. Holy shit. Bro, there's a very good chance you're about to be 4-8, 4-8-1. Home Minnesota, home Chargers, and then a nice soft finish at Washington, at Giants.
Okay.
So you gotta,
That's a
even
tough
if you
one.
bank those last 2 road wins, which
Yep.
we cannot just check any box with this Cowboys defense.
Right.
That gets you to 5, and then you got to find your way to 3 more wins, dude. That tie hurts you too.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
You're in a little bit of trouble on this one. I think it's possible because they
Didn't
have
love
that
it.
great offense, but not great.
Why did I do that? I don't know.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I am too. That was just, and I know what I did for the last one, which sucks. But anyway, let's go. Let's
Okay,
keep going.
let's go now back to Zuzzer trying to bounce back after Colts.
Yes, this is the one you remember that you've been talking about since the beginning of the season. Vikings 9.5 wins over.
Vikings over 9.5. That's right. I
That's
knew
it.
that one.
That's no cinch there.
No, that's going to be tough. I obviously I did not foresee the JJ McCarthy melodrama. I thought he would be a guy that obviously was. You can't predict injuries, but I thought he would be better, and I'm obviously very much concerned there. So 9.5. They got to get to 10.
They need 6 more wins. Yeah, I think you
Well,
said you
division
just
games.
trusted Kevin O'Connell's pick
did.
of the quarterback. Yeah.
And I still do. And we'll see. Now JJ gets to maybe find a chance to get comfortable if he could stay healthy. Home Ravens, home Bears, at Packers, at Seahawks, home Washington, at Dallas, at Giants, home Lions. They just beat the Lions. Home Packers. I don't know, man.
I don't like it. I don't. 4 out of 5 road games at one point there, and then you close with the Lions and Packers.
I think they're maxing out at 9, which does not help me. That would be my guess. I don't feel great about this one. Not as bad, obviously, as the Colts, but this one has got me nervous. All right, Sheck.
Sheck took the Chargers over 9.5.
Nice.
Chargers currently 6-3, so they're looking for 4 more wins. Gonna have to do it without either of their starting
I don't know.
tackles.
I
But
don't know.
6-3 so far.
I mean, losing Alt for the year, they just traded for a big draft bust and Penning, and you're going to have to coach him up to make him worth a damn. 6-3 is a great spot to be, though. You got to get, they need 4 more on their schedule. They got home Steelers, at Jaguars, home Raiders, home Eagles, at Chiefs, at Cowboys, home Texans, at Broncos.
There's 3
Okay.
wins there.
Oh yeah.
3 wins only gets them to 9, though.
That's true.
They got to get to 10.
Yes,
But
they
roll.
need
You'll
4
sign
wins.
off on that. You'll sign off on that. All right, Mark. I'm actually nervous for Mark now.
As is Mark.
Can we please, Mark? Can we have a pick that not only puts you in position to win, but positions Heed the Call with Dan Hanzus and Marc Sessler as a brand that can be trusted.
Yeah, I'm not going to guess. Justin, tell me what happened here.
All right. You did take another over. The total that you need to go over is 6.5 wins. And the team that needs to get to 7 wins is currently 2-6. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh.
Shit. This is bad.
It's as if I were at Justin's house using what Justin uses during these shows when I did this. So,
Mark, the Falcons, the Jets, and the Raiders all over.
well, hold on. One thing I will say, because now it looks like a fool's errand, but like the Raiders were a bit of a fascination for some back then, and that win total is not crazy. That's not a crazy win total. They've been very disappointing.
6.5.
Yeah, they need 5 more wins.
What? You really needed that 2-point conversion. I think that took you out of even contention here.
They're not getting to 7 wins.
I could see Geno really playing a lot better in the second half.
Bowers is back. Yeah.
With Bowers back and, them kind of finding their footing in the second half, and maybe Genty takes a step. But you're at Broncos. That's a 7-2 team that's very tough at home. Home Cowboys, home Browns, at Chargers, home Broncos. You got the Broncos twice, bro. You got Eagles in Philly.
No, this is
you close with the Chiefs.
Take the L. What a mess!
All right, now we're gonna snake. Now we need one. We need just one that we could feel pretty good about.
Justin,
depends how good you feel about the New York Giants going over 5.5 wins.
Oh no, Mark.
I feel good about that.
They are 2-7, so they need 4 more wins.
I'm manufacturing good feelings. I'm not sure I really feel good about it.
Oh, that's
they
right.
Gotta go
I thought I did that.
4-4 over the next.
He probably took it. He probably took the bullet for you, Connor.
Oh,
you were probably thinking you were going to come back to get the Giants at the end of the draft, and Mark
I think so.
You took both New York teams.
Their schedule
and the
is
Raiders.
rough too.
All overs. That's crazy, Mark. That's crazy business.
Mark took 3 of the worst teams in the league and said, "I'm taking the over on that."
The show's not going up.
Was I leaning into the bit? I don't I don't remember the show.
Maybe it's time to spin. Maybe it's time to spin and play that.
I'm looking at the Giants' schedule. I'm not confident they're going to accomplish that.
Oh my God, Mark. At Chicago, home Green Bay, at Detroit, at New England. Dude, they're going to win maybe 1. I'll give you 1, and that puts them at 3-10 with 4 to go.
Then they'll beat the Raiders, which prevents the Raiders from doing what I asked them to do. So.
Oh, man. Okay. Back to Shaq/Gravy.
All right.
Good luck, Mark. I don't know, man.
Sorry.
This next one's not going to make anybody feel better about the show's ability to predict over-unders. Shaq took the Patriots 8.5 wins under.
Oh, God.
Shaq had been having
2 more.
Shaq is middle of the road. He'll be lucky to go 2-2. All right. Back to Dan. Let's see how I close this thing out. I'm trying to think what was a team that I liked. You took Dallas. I probably would have taken Dallas, Connor, on the over as well. I don't know. This one's a total mystery to me.
It's not going to be easy, but I think this one is doable. 11.5 wins. Over.
Oh, the Bills. I remember this.
The Bills.
I took the Bills 11.5. No, I feel really good about that.
You should.
Yeah, I mean, they need
Bills,
6 more wins, but they are 6-2.
It's a lot of wins,
team,
obviously, but 6-2 is kind of what I would have figured they would be in August, so I would be happy with that. At Miami, home Bucks, at Houston, at Pittsburgh, home Cincy, at Pats, at Cleveland, home Eagles, home Jets.
Well, there's 3 automatic wins there, barring calamity.
They're going to win barring calamity, at least 11 and upwards of 13, I think. And I think it, like we've been talking about, I think it helps that the Patriots are going to push them, which means that week 17 game, as an example, week 18 game, they won't be resting their starters because they might actually need it for playoff positioning and maybe even the division. So actually, I feel pretty good about that one. All right, one more pick.
All right, Connor closed the draft with possibly the best pick of at all. I mean, especially this deep with 15 off the board. The Washington Commanders under 9.5.
Yeah.
Very smart. Very smart. Very
That's
smart.
right.
Because there was a lot of, I'm surprised they did last that long, because the Commanders, as great as the story they were and as exciting as Jaden Danieley was, there was reason to believe regression could be possible.
Oh, I thought I took the Giants. Yeah. All right.
Don't you worry, I took them for you.
All right, Mark, I have a chance at salvation for you, though, because right now we're sitting on a historic possibility of back-to-back 0-4s in this game, and we got to avoid that. So this is what I'm going to give everyone a chance, okay? It's going to be, I'm going to do a scoring system here, okay? Pay attention to the rules. Here we go. Every for the initial August selections, for everyone you get right, you bank 2 points, okay? And if you go 4 for 4, you get 2 bonus points. You could have a perfect 10 score, all right, if you go 4 for 4. Everyone has the option of 1 mulligan. You could either stand on your 4 picks, or you could throw 1 pick back and at a completely randomized, for the teams that weren't selected, you get a randomized team, and you have to go with the, whether it was an over or the under for the team you throw out, you have to take that number before that position before you get the random team. Okay? And you could get your 2 points. But here's the deal. If Connor, for instance, goes 4 for 4, and someone else goes 4 for 4 but uses a mulligan, they can't get the 2 bonus points. Connor still wins because he gets credit for not using a mulligan. Does that make sense?
Yep. Of all the scoring systems you've come up with over the years, this feels the most equal based.
So for clarity's sake, okay?
Yes.
I took the over on the Cowboys. And that's really the one that I'm feeling like a little uneasy about. So what happens is I give that back, and then I have to take the over on whatever comes back to me.
Exactly. So there are 12 teams that were not taken in the draft. I'll tell the audience: Philadelphia,
16.
Kansas City, 16, excuse me. Philadelphia, Kansas City, Baltimore, Detroit, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Los Angeles Rams, Houston, Seattle, Arizona, Chicago, Miami, Jacksonville, Carolina, Cleveland. Damn, I wish I would have taken that under on Cincinnati. So if for using that example, Connor, if you throw out the over on Dallas and then it fires off on the randomizer and you get Cincinnati, you would have to get 10 wins from the Bengals. So it backfires, obviously. So you have to make that decision.
Yeah, there's some Scud missiles in this group of 16, no doubt about it. But
so with that said, let's begin, and we can double up on the randomizer, Justin. If it falls on the same thing, that's fine. Okay, cool. So we'll go in reverse order on this one just for fun. Mark, you have a lot of choices here. So who would be the team that you will definitely throw out, and then also who will be that will determine whether? Well, for you, it's going to be the over for whatever it lands on.
Right. Sure. I'll dump the Jets, obviously, and and see what I land with. It can't be worse.
All right, so the Jets have been dumped, and now we will spin the wheel, and we'll see the over for Marc Sessler on. And so one of these, you could land on a team that maybe already hit the over. I don't know if that's an option out there.
Yeah, if you get the Seahawks or something, like you're feeling pretty good about that over.
All right, spin the wheel. Good luck, Mark. All right, you hit the Kansas City Chiefs at 11.5.
A little bit of a tall order here. I like it better than the Jets situation, but
here's the one thing I don't like to. My rule changes. I like to be definite about it. But do we want to make it an option? You have the choice to keep or keep your initial pick, or go with this. Do we want to give that choice, or is this part of the game?
I think this is part of the game.
Okay.
Once you let something go, it's dead.
It's gone.
You. Yeah.
Right. Because I did something so terrible to begin that I shouldn't get multiple doorways to get out of the fix I put myself in.
But that's not a bad one. That could have been a lot worse.
No,
worse,
that
Mark.
could be that's solid.
So Kansas City at 11.5.
You were so close to getting the Eagles there too, who you kept saying you thought you picked, but you did not pick.
He was also on the wheel for the listeners, 2 spots away from the Browns. So it could have worked out in a much different way. Would have been fitting. But here we go. The Chiefs at 11.5 over. Mark, you're still in the game. You have a chance to get off the schneid. All right. That takes us to Shaq and Gravy on his part. So again, Shaq had Pittsburgh over 8.5, Tennessee over 5.5, Chargers over 9.5, New England under 8.5. I presume you're going to get rid of the Pats here?
Yeah, I think there's 2 clear losses, but the Pats seems more.
And they're basically
for
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So this will have to be the under. Whatever it lands on, it's the under.
Come on, Bengals.
It is the under on the Cleveland. Nope, the Philadelphia Eagles at 11.5. Oh boy, that's a tough one. But you know what? I don't know about the Eagles. I still don't know about the Eagles, but
Yeah.
we'll see. They're gonna. I think the Eagles will probably win 12 games. That would be my guess. So you're right there.
11's well within the range of outcomes, though.
Right. They could definitely go 11-6. So
I
don't
love
think
that there
that's
are
too
people like toiling in factories right now while we play this as adults. We play this game. Like,
All right, I'm obviously going to bail out of this Colts pick. That I picked under 7.5, and they're 7-2, correct?
That's correct.
So I should probably move off this one.
Yes.
So this is going to be an under. Zuzzer spinning the wheel. All right, here we go.
ooh,
Interesting. The Chicago Bears under 8.5. I don't hate that. I don't. I think they either win 8 or 9 games. So
Yeah.
if that's my belief, you got to be okay with it. Could they win 10? Maybe. Could they win 7? Yes, they can.
5-3 right now, so less than 4 wins, and you get it.
Interesting. All right, Connor. And by the way, there is a level of valor for standing on your picks too, which is something I know Connor's been considering this whole time. That is an option as well. Let's see what he does. He has the Niners over 10.5, the Saints under 5.5, Dallas over 7.5, Washington under 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I like my guys. I like my teams. I can't believe the rest of the season I'm going to be rooting for the motherfucking Dallas Cowboys. But
That is great. That's almost a win for the rest of us. So
it is.
I mean, all right. Just help me out here. One more second here. We got the Raiders at Raiders. They got. I mean, that first Eagles game was close. It was like 24-20.
this is so good. This is Connor trying to convince himself of Cowboy success. You couldn't make this up.
The Commanders Giants at the end there is nice. So if Vegas, Washington, and New York gets you to 6.
This is delicious.
And then I need 2 more out of Chargers, Vikings, Lions.
We certainly have made
Chiefs,
a trade.
Eagles. I need 2 more out of that 5. All right. Yeah. F it.
You're going to stand?
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and
Jerry
glory
Jones
holes.
and Connor were kissing cousins for the rest of
Glory
the
holes.
season. Do you want to spin the wheel just to see what would have happened if you would have done it?
Yeah.
All right. Spin the wheel, Justin. This would have been the over that Connor would have traded for. Let's see what would have happened. It would have been Green Bay over 9.5, which you probably would have cashed on.
They need 5 more wins. Been kind of shaky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay.
Do we really
right
think Green Bay is going to finish 9-8?
no,
or worse?
I think they get to 10
No.
wins.
But
I feel like they could hit the over and still be disappointing 10-7. But
10-6-1.
10-6-1, excuse me. I missed 10-6. Don't you guys miss 10-6?
Yes.
That was cool.
Yes. 8-8.
9-7. 8-8. Oh, baby. 4-12. The good old days. All right, let's take so there you go. Good job. I like what you did there, Conor. I think it gives you a level. It kind of gives you a leg up, but it also does leave the door open for one of us to come up and tie you if the Cowboys or another one of these teams let you down. But I would say if this was actually on the board in the sports books, Conor would be the favorite, and we'll check in at the end of the regular season. All right, let's take a break and hit Thursday Night Football.
I bought a lot of glasses over the years, and I used to think you had to choose between style, comfort, or price. Turns out you don't. Warby Parker changed all that. They make every frame with premium materials, so everything feels sturdy and looks sharp. Their in-house designs come in tons of colors, tons, and fits, which means there's a pair that actually flatters you. And with over 300 stores across the US and Canada, you can get styled by their friendly advisors or shop online from home, Dan.
Oh, I love that. I don't like leaving the house. And Warby Parker glasses start at just $95, including prescription lenses with anti-reflective, scratch-resistant coatings. Eye exams start at $85, and you could save 15% when you grab 2 or more pairs. Free shipping, free 30-day returns. It's basically risk-free. I picked up a pair of the Elio sunglasses, and I'll tell you what. And I'm very particular about my sunglasses because I don't want to wrong pair of sunglasses on my face. I look terrible. I just look like a monster. It's got to be the right fit. And Warby Parker, they nail it with all the options they give you.
Those Elios look good on you. Warby Parker has over 300 plus locations.
Thank you.
To help you find your next pair of glasses, you can also head over to warbyparker.com/HTC right now to try on any pair virtually. That's warbyparker.com/HTC, warbyparker.com/HTC.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that compliment.
You're welcome.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. TNCs apply.
All right, we are back. Oh, baby, the spirit of competition. You gotta love it. All right, Thursday Night Football, first game of Week 10. Here we go. The 2-6 Las Vegas Raiders coming off a heartbreaker. Stage a big comeback. Brock Bowers, best tight end in the world type shit. But they fail in the 2-point conversion that gets batted down at the line of scrimmage. Confused old Pete Carroll says, "What just happened?" You lost again, Pete. And now you're on the road against the 7-2 Broncos, undefeated at home. Thankfully, this is on Prime Video, not on YouTube TV, so we could all watch it. That's great. Conor, where do you stand on the Broncos? 6 straight wins. I feel this is a good spot for them in this game, but what will they need to do for you to kind of see them as a true Super Bowl contender as we turn to the second half of the season?
I hate to apply the Colts principle to Denver because I just think that they're probably a better team in and out. But I would love if they just got the LL Bean duck boots out and just stomped the daylights out of the Raiders in this one. And I don't think they're going to because I do think the Raiders are a different team than they were a couple weeks ago. That Bowers thing was spectacular, and that was the best that I've seen Geno. I think they're going to get some lighter boxes now for Genti, and I think a lot's going to change for that offense. But at the same time, I mean, you have one of the best defenses in the NFL. You have arguably the best or one of the best play callers in the NFL. Like this should be a 20-point game. And that's what I want to see.
The Broncos are on pace to break the NFL sack record for a team in a regular season. They lead the league in sacks. At home, I think this is one of the true home field advantages. We've talked about it before, but they average 31 plus points per game at home. 10 more than they do on the road. I think it might be the best defense in the league without even Patrick Surtain in there. And the Raiders are different with Brock Bowers playing the way he does when he gets 13 targets. I would treat Brock Bowers like he's going to leave the planet in 4 days and just use him from A to Z in this game. That's your chance. But I don't trust the Raiders on the road in Denver against a team that the Broncos may not be startling to the eye, but they are extremely solid. And I just see a team that's not really susceptible to collapse. But based on this show, that means that's exactly what they'll do.
Well, they also have a way of keeping inferior teams in games. So that it's a Thursday night game. Thursday night division game. This is all like when things are weird. These are a lot of the times this happens. Two things to keep an eye on in the respective backfields. That's what I just want to talk about here. Like Ashton Jeanty, who obviously was a top 10 pick in the first round. He is not getting the ball a ton right now, which might surprise you, given you would think they would be feeding the first round pick, but he's averaging less than 4 yards a carry, and he has, let me see, I have this written down somewhere. He has received 17 or fewer carries 5 times and has a combined 19 rushing attempts in the past 2 games. Your boy Chip Kelly had this to say, Connor, maybe some fantasy people are a little disturbed, but we're not coaching for fantasy people. We're just trying to win games. I mean, he's our number 1 back, and when we're running the ball, he's running the football. He's continuing to grow. He's doing a heck of a job. Really excited that we have him. So keep an eye on that and Jeanty's share. Of course, they traded Jacoby Myers, so that changes their depth chart and their playmakers as well. And the other side of it, R.J. Harvey is a guy who was a fantasy draft darling back in August as a sleeper. He's starting to find a path, and he's a more explosive player than J.K. Dobbins. And along the lines of having good coaching that recognizes skill sets and players that they didn't show off in college. We talked about that with Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was never a deep threat in college and now is shredding it for Seattle downfield this year. Sean Payton identified Harvey as a guy who could be a real weapon in the receiving game. He has 4 touchdowns receiving in limited time. That matches the number of receiving touchdowns he had his entire college career. So they've hit on something and found something in him that wasn't really taken advantage of in college. So keep an eye on the backfields here. And we'll see what happens. Any other thoughts on this game, boys?
I think I want to see Jack Besh, right? I mean, you take a receiver in the second round. This is a guy who's had like 10 targets all year. Now that Jacoby Myers moves out of the fold, like let's bake him into the offense. I'm less worried about Jeanty. Could be a million things if he's not picking up on the protections, if there's something he's not doing that's making him integral to that offense and he's not playing the other instruments like he's supposed to. I don't know that for a fact, but Besh is somebody who this guy should be getting involved. I want to see more balls thrown his way.
I was looking at, Warren Sharp does good work, has the Broncos at number 2 in his power rankings. None of us have gone quite there to that distance, but like if you do what Connor says and you stomp the Raiders and you suddenly have won, 7 straight, and you've got the best record in the AFC, like we have to start to look at Denver a little differently.
Yeah, I think we have them right where we have them, around 10. This is a team that could be 9-0. They could also be 5-4, or even 4-5. It's been a bit of a weird season, but they've gotten the job done. They're 7-2, and they're set up very well to start Week 10. All right, good stuff. We'll be back again tomorrow to break down all of Week 10 and also recap this game right there. Thank you for joining us all week and your support, and we love how you continue to heed the call.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.